traveled to New York City to chat to Pearl Thusi and go inside of her C-suite to talk about how she's built her career from the bottom to the top, how she's gone from making things happen with nothing to being where she is. Let's go. Where did it start for you? You know, this campaign of Sanlam is running this whole sort of this idea that you begin with like nothing, or what do you begin with? What did you feel like you began with to help get you here?
What I think I began with is the passion to be, or rather let me just say the passion to be something great. The passion to make sure that whatever happens in my life while I'm here, I will make sure that my dreams come true, whatever those dreams may be. And the thing is, we dream new things every day, and that's what's special about life. As soon as you think one hope or one dream is dead, another one can still sprout up and give you hope to continue being on this earth. So for me, my main thing is, I want to die with nothing left in me. I want to go to my grave unable to contribute one more single thing to earth because I gave it all. I gave it my best. So I think from a very young age, I loved animals, I loved the environment, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to be a hardworking, strong woman, and I think I had that. The most important things in life, I think, are the things that are intangible, things you can't touch, things you can't buy, things you can't borrow from anybody else, things that are born within you, or things that you ignite within yourself that are going to make you a great person. That's what I had, and that's what I've kept alive.
You've built your brand in a way where you're now able to leverage it to make money and invest in other sort of business ventures. You protect your brand very well. You get smart people around you. What do you look for when you decide to partner with someone?
What do I look for when I decide to partner with someone? I look for loyalty. I can work with somebody very smart, but I will not work with somebody I don't like, somebody I don't trust, somebody where if I hear my name came out of their mouth, I'm worried about what it looked like. Did it have mud on it when it came out? So I have to work with people I trust and believe in, and people who feel the same way about me. So my manager is that type of person, my publicist is that type of person, my makeup artist, down to the person who helps me take care of my child at home is that type of person, because your team and the people you surround yourselves with decide the type of mood you're in when you leave your house. They decide the type of energy you have altogether in your life, and you've got to choose them very, very well. And it's got to be a good group of people with great energy, and people that are going to be honest with you all the time, regardless of whether or not you can fire them or not the following day.
When you chose to partner, for example, with Sanlam on the saving campaign,
yeah.
Why did that matter to you, this idea of saving and so forth?
Because I remember being a young girl who wasn't certain what to do with her money. I remember the fact that sometimes the system is rigged against people who are economically disadvantaged. I was one of those people where we lived hand to mouth. We weren't extremely poor that every night I was worried whether or not we were going to eat, but it worried me that towards month end, my mother was stressing and that she would be counting pennies, and she was a qualified nurse, and that really, really concerned me. So I looked at that and I was like, okay, I don't want that for myself. I made a note of it. But I ended up in the same situation. So I started making smarter decisions as I grew up. And I now bought a house, and I have my own business. I'm now living here. My rent is paid up 4 months ahead here in New York, because I'm like, I don't want to be homeless out here. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I'm thinking things through, and I don't want young people in South Africa or anywhere else in the world to make stupid decisions with their money because they see my Instagram with cool shoes and expensive looking clothes and nice hair or whatever, and think that that is something normal. It's not. Most of the stuff we are wearing, we either didn't pay for, or we got huge discounts, or people are just wanting them. We're walking billboards, guys.
Sure.
That's what we are, and I want to educate young people to make sure that they make the right decisions. Don't waste money now. Something Terry Peto told me was, you don't rush and say, I'm a diva too early. You just go, nah, wait till I get my money right. Then once you got your money, then you start pulling out your card and have a great time. But you've got to hustle it up before you got to be taking your bank account down.
You've made a lot of sacrifices getting here. People think it's easy, moving from home, moving to this massive sort of space. Is it worth it in the day? And how do you know if it's worth it?
How do I know if it's worth it? Because I know I'm making a difference. I know there's one more person in South Africa or in Africa that is inspired by my journey right now. So whether or not I win an Oscar, whether or not I get an Emmy, whether or not I get 100 million followers and I'm able to post one quote one day that inspires all of them to do something better with their lives. That one person who might just do better than me because I did something small and they do something greater, whether it be my daughter or somebody I'll never meet, I know I've made a difference. And I'm happy, and I'm one step closer to going to my grave with one dream out of the way.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's young girls out there from every rural areas watching this across the continent.
Yeah.
Give them a couple of tips on how to start dreaming about getting to this level. Like young girls like
that
this.
Little girl right there, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
My tip is, and this is something I learned from my father, never be the smartest person or think you're the smartest person in the room, because it's really easy and quick for you to be the not so smartest. I don't want to say dumbest, but treat people with a whole lot of respect around. The people that you have around you are the people you are their stepping stone, but they are also your stepping stone to the next level. Treat everybody with an equal amount of respect as much as you possibly can, because you never know who's who in the zoo. Especially when you're in a zoo that you've just arrived in and you're a new creature there.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure that the people that you have around you treat with love and respect, and you treat them the way that you'd like them to treat you. Because people, mostly, I've read, and I may be wrong, you can correct me, people work with people they like. And in this industry particularly that I'm in, you've got to get along with people. You've got to that's how you sustain your career. People need to remember you. People need to have a good feeling when they think about you. People don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And that will make you a memorable person to them. And I think the other thing I would say is, whatever industry you get into, get in there because you're actually really passionate about it. You love it, and it's an honest thing. Not because of what it can get you, not because of what it can give you, not because of what you receive from it, but what you can give. So that no matter what happens, no matter if you never really reach the type of success you want to get, you'll always be happy because you're in the right place at the right time. You are where you want to be. So regardless of how far you go and how far somebody else goes, you find yourself maybe not even comparing yourself because you're that happy, because you're in the right place, the place where you're meant to be.
I remember early in your career, from some of the movies some of the TV shows you're in, you give your all. How important is it to physically give everything you got on every role? Because some people think you got to wait till you blow up before you give it your all. How important is it from the time you start to the time you...
So that you know that you're well on your way to achieving, to reaching your destiny, to your journey. But I think more than anything, it helps me sleep at night to know that I gave it my all. I have no doubts. I may have regrets that I could have done it better just because I have a high standard of what I want to achieve. But you can sleep better at night, and you look forward to the next day where you can try again and give more of whatever is left inside of you after you've recharged. So for me, to make a difference and to make people smile is why I'm on this earth in the first place. So let's make that happen while I earn money.
Let's get real. I want you to go a little bit deep for me. When you wanted to give up, what did you do in those moments to keep pushing?
Wow, depended what the problem was. But in terms of my career, I prayed a little bit harder. I knew that this was it, so I just didn't stop trying. My first breakout acting gig, apart from #1 Ladies Detective Agency, was Zone 14. I must have auditioned 4 times for 2 different roles, and I never got the role. By the time I got it, it was like the 5th or 6th time, and they just gave it to me because they knew I'd come and audition regardless of how many times they rejected me, because I knew that this is where my purpose lies. So remember your purpose, remember what you love, pray on it, and don't stop fighting. Don't stop kicking till your last breath, till you break all your bones. You are going to make sure that you get what you want, is my attitude towards it. And I'm never going to give up. No matter what it takes, I'm going to keep trying. And I've tried to do other things and I was never happy. And that was a reminder that I knew what I'm meant to do.
You've got this Tremor film, you got other films happening on the continent, you've got Quantico happening. After this chapter, after this sort of phase that you're going through now, do you start mapping the next phase, or you kind of let it happen organically?
a bit of both, Tim. You've got to, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you plan as much as you can, but it's like acting. Don't overcommit to the line. Don't overcommit to the emotion. You have to be responsive. So your life journey is also the same way. You can commit to a plan, but don't overcommit to a plan, because what can happen is that something even better comes across. So then you adapt to that, and then you come through and you adapt your. I don't know. I think life is like a GPS, and I feel like God is that voice on your GPS. When you make the wrong turn, it doesn't shout. It just reroutes and says, recalculating. Okay, cool, we're going to use this way now, because it's either the shorter way, the faster way, maybe it's a longer, more scenic route, but it's the route that is meant for you, and you've got to go and take it, because you know what, it's yours, and you're here to take your route. Don't ever try and overcommit to somebody else's journey or somebody else's purpose, because it's what you want for yourself. Find your own space.
Finally, when it comes to the sort of real black pearl hair care range, and your other investments, how do you focus on building those while sort of focusing on building your career? Because learning lines can't be easy. Like, you need to focus. So do you get really involved and you pour your energies in those spaces, or do you let other people and you guys collaborate?
We collaborate. Last night specifically, I did pour a lot of energy into it. I downloaded an app that helps you create, because sometimes nobody gets what I'm trying to do, but then in the process of me trying to do what I'm asking them to do, I can learn how difficult it is, and I can appreciate what they're doing.
From the marketing side?
From the marketing side, because I'm in charge mostly of the creative and the marketing and some of the ingredients.
So you're quite hands-on.
I haven't earned a single cent from this business.
Wow.
I haven't earned a penny from this business. Everything has been going back into driving. Now we're going to be in over 200 stores, Clicks, Pick and Pay, and game stores, and we're also online. So we've only been at game. We've been going through a phase now where it's kind of, everything is kind of shuffling, and the demand is so big that we've got to find a new system and a new way of working, and we've got to be selling out those products, because we've got to pay out our loans that we've taken out to produce in the first place, because our distributors are only going to pay us in 90 days, etc. So I think about all that stuff, and it does stress me out. My business partner, probably more with her, because she's every day directly involved with the business. But I haven't earned a single cent, and I'm very involved, and I'm going to make sure this business is a success. And right now I'm trying to find a distributor, hopefully online, that's going to bring it to the States, because I'm getting more requests than I actually imagined.
Really?
So it's going to be worldwide domination for Pearl Thusi going forward.
So it looks like you are making the most of what you have in everything you're doing.
Yeah.
I appreciate you letting us come inside of your C-suite here in New York.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, my love.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, that's it from New York, chatting to Pearl Thusi about how she came from the bottom to the top and became Pearl Thusi. That's right, Pearl Thusi. Check her out on Quantico Season 2, and we'll be back next week with another episode of Inside of Her C-Suite.